Abusia Ghana man Benin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Emra Son say we be more Ayetishi military training center saying and a day woman air graduate asra for a yefa woman call entity mu no and a day ye graduate woman we are Ghana man Penny Senya Franca is so him fra na omampani ebedu ha no ne nkasa mu kwakye mu se ene yinti a atade a wahye eye nevifo atade no beka afra se wo hye fita eno no na chese am forces for there na ene wahye ne vidia na wahye asrafo eye am forces for there so a na wahye air force for there ben ana chese ni nyina no edi adanse pepe se wo mu nyina asam wonsamu eno nti ena ama abanasa ne ha Ghana News TV so and when you go or reno. Bidi any nana sifa hen go mesro sending dating about him and was subscribe and watch a video dia mama na abusuya watch say in fact afibia no say no mo hwe nim za asrafo bebro 12,000 and on before mo e de wo mo ahye asra adwuma nim na abusuya sanso en watch say garam say e ade a otuso sa and am so ama nsu e wo man Ghana mu nyina na we declare ni nyina security zone nti esanse oyesa na womo elanche na imos no enam so ama sesia no ensuo no womo akoyese hwiesuo womo tinsuo na ni prekope a enya se beto na busua yenko enhwentie ne ekoso ewa hasen esro wa manone na se ewo so sen discover o my Ghana mu abomodi an download LemFi sisi a nebo news shem na saso wo US wo Canada wo Europe babia wo UK Ireland, just Denmark, Bibia no, was in this car, but my Ghana Munabo news, you won't be doing at your discussion, was what download the abono. Sanso, and as a cano instant, or send the no Nipano and Saka, baby, I will be. I was young quite near her. Send you Medino, a coy.
Contingents until the contingent commanders take over later in the course of the parade. December 2019 to December 2020. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this symbol, is a symbol of working together and being dependent on one of their contingents. From relating on ceremonial praise draws its origin from the past, when commanders marched in front of their contingents to inspire their soldiers before battles are fought. The drum major is Warrant Officer Class 1, Blankson Ebenezer. The bandmasters are Senior Warrant Officer Class 2, Mensa Bright of the Ghana Air Force, Chief Petty Officer Class 1, Anaka Godwin Stanley of the Ghana Navy, and Warrant Officer Class 1, Ankuma Joseph of the Armed Forces Central Band. The drum majors this morning are Warrant Officer Class 1,
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Ghana Military Academy 2026 graduation. 124 permanent staff and the Ghana Armed Forces mass band on ready for your takeover. Junior Under Officer Adam Saeed Ahmed reporting. May I have your permission to follow? Follow. Isaac.
The parade second in command is marching to assume command of the parade. He will soon invite the other parade appointment to take up their positions.
Appointments to the front and rear of your contingents. By the center. Slow. March. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Ghana Military Academy 2026 graduation parade formed up. 2 officers, 256 graduating cadets, 124 permanent staff, and the Armed Forces mass band on parade, ready for takeover. Junior Under Officer Abayate Alex Kojo reporting. May I have your permission to follow? Follow.
Junior Under Officer Abayate Alex Kojo has handed over.
Once again for the graduation parade of the Ghana Military Academy. What we have witnessed this morning is a powerful demonstration of discipline, professionalism, and excellence, which is a hallmark of the Ghana Armed Forces. The precision, confidence, and bearing of the 263 officer cadets on parade today reflect months of rigorous training and personal sacrifice. The crisp drills, coordinated movements, and prompt execution of commands testify to the high standards of leadership and instruction offered at this academy. I commend the Military High Command, the Commandant, and the entire training staff for their devotion and sacrifice in transforming these cadets from civilians into officers ready to serve the Republic. You have upheld the Academy's noble motto of service, devotion, and sacrifice. Commissioning officers in these times of limited resources underscores our resolve to maintain a capable and resilient armed forces to confront the security challenges of our time. Distinguished guests, the security environment in our sub-region remains complicated and volatile. Violent extremism, terrorism, and transnational crime continue to pose serious threats, particularly along our northern border. Globally, the rise of non-state actors and asymmetric warfare has reshaped the nature of security challenges. These realities demand a comprehensive and coordinated national response. Security cannot be seen as the sole responsibility of the armed forces and security agencies. It is a shared national duty. Citizens, communities, traditional authorities, civil society, and government must work together to protect the peace and stability we all so cherish. I therefore urge all Ghanaians to remain vigilant and security conscious in safeguarding our nation's peace. As we celebrate our graduating cadets, we do so against the backdrop of Ghana's proud legacy in international peace support operations. Since 1960, when Ghana first participated in a UN mission in the Republic of Congo, our nation has remained steadfast in its commitment to global peace and security. Today, Ghana is among the leading troop contributing countries to the United Nations peacekeeping missions. Our men and women serve with distinction in 15 missions worldwide under the United Nations, the African Union, and the ECOWAS. From Lebanon to South Sudan and from Abyei to Somalia, Ghanaian peacekeepers continue to earn global respect for their professionalism, discipline, and respect for human dignity. I assure you that transparency, fairness, and merit will continue to guide the selection of personnel for peace support operations, ensuring that only the most qualified represent our nation abroad. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Ghana has also distinguished herself as a leader in gender inclusion in peacekeeping. Our female participation in formed units and staff positions significantly exceeds United Nations targets, affirming our commitment to equity and operational excellence. Exposure to conflict environments has reinforced the Ghana Armed Forces' deep respect for constitutional rule and democratic governance. In a sub-region challenged by unconstitutional changes of government, our armed forces remain firm defenders of our democracy, civilian authority, and the rule of law. To our graduating cadets, you inherit this proud tradition. Uphold it with honor, courage, and integrity. My fellow citizens, our natural resources are a sacred trust, and yet illegal mining has caused severe damage to our rivers, our forests, and our farmlands. In response, my government established the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, and implemented a comprehensive strategy centered on strict enforcement, public education, alternative livelihoods, technology, and institutional coordination. These measures are producing results. Forests and river bodies have been declared security zones. Permanent military bases have been established, and offenders have been arrested and are being prosecuted. Rivers such as the Prz, Cobra, and Ofin are gradually recovering. Let me be clear. Illegal mining will continue to be confronted decisively and without fear or favor. But this fight requires national unity. It is a moral, civic, and generational duty. And I call on all Ghanaians to stand together to restore and protect our land. As we celebrate today, we remain mindful of conflicts in Boko, Beniyiri, Nkwanta, and other places, which have disrupted lives and livelihoods. The government has increased security presence, facilitated mediation among traditional leaders and stakeholders, also provided humanitarian assistance, and initiated long-term development interventions to address the root causes. To our soon-to-be commissioned officers, your duty extends beyond combat readiness. You are guardians of peace, justice, and national unity. Serve with courage, humility, and professionalism. At the recent Armed Forces Wasa, I addressed some difficulties this administration has inherited from the previous government regarding payments of gratuities to our retiring officers. And I indicated that government would work to resolve these challenges surrounding the CI 129. Unfortunately, some of our retirees have opted to seek legal recourse. I wish to assure the affected officers that government will not shirk its responsibility to our men and women in uniform who have served our nation well, and that will find an acceptable solution to this challenge. Distinguished guests, strengthening the operational readiness of the Ghana Armed Forces remains a #1 priority for my administration. We're investing in modern equipment, advanced training, and improved welfare to respond effectively to terrorism, piracy, and cross-border crime. Plans are well advanced to acquire new helicopters to enhance air mobility of our Air Force and rapid response capabilities. We'll also soon receive rotor blades to bring our MH-17 heavy lift helicopters back into service. In addition, the multi-purpose sports complex, which I promised in my last address to you, has been included in the Big Push program and will be delivered soon. At the recent Wasa, I cut the sword to mark the start of construction of 2,000 assorted housing units for the armed forces. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning of our program to provide 10,000 new housing units for our armed forces over the next 5 years.
Warrior said, this is gungulum, 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 gung. This is Ghana News TV. The time is 6 o'clock. Let me follow. Ghana.
So send this kefia manoni aba Africa ha. Use LemFi. Say ye fear wo pese won tono. Use LemFi. E dan ya na say japade a wani da so a pese oto wa Africa ha no. Use LemFi. So wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha. Use LemFi. Sanso e na say uti obi school fees ama no a. Use LemFi. Nyenti a make come for LemFi ama on say utimi send this sika e fa LemFi so a e ma ni begu bank account mu. Sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Enu achi nso no de bia LemFi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya. LemFi e secured na wo send this sika enche na nipa wo send ama no ne nsa aka. LemFi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal, and France. What the LemFi send this sika untu ahwe. Bomodian dey use me code NEWS news. Na say any day they can register or LemFi so a unya bonus. Sanso and now use chance so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma.
Over the next 3 years, approximately 12,000 new personnel will be recruited nationwide, supported by the establishment of forward operating bases in strategic border areas. These initiatives reflect our unwavering commitment to a professional, resilient, and well-equipped armed forces. Several years ago, in my first incarnation as president, I addressed you as your commander-in-chief in the ceremonial uniform of the infantry, the Ghana Army. Last year, I addressed you at this same event in the ceremonial uniform of the Navy. today I address you in the ceremonial. This is to pay respect to our men and women of the Air Force who work tirelessly to keep our country safe. Graduating cadets, today marks a defining moment in your lives. In a few moments, you will no longer be officer cadets, but commissioned officers of the Ghana Armed Forces. Leadership is not about rank or privilege. It is about responsibility, service, and sacrifice. I urge you to lead with integrity, uphold courage in adversity, show compassion in command, inspire loyalty amongst your men, command respect, and honor the traditions of the Ghana Armed Forces. The path ahead of you will test you, but your training has prepared you very well to serve with pride and unwavering loyalty to Ghana. I congratulate all award winners and commend your excellence in leadership, academics, and military skills. To all graduating cadets, on behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I extend to you my warmest congratulations. Long live the Ghana Armed Forces, long live our democracy, long live Ghana, and may God bless us all.
Media personnel are requested to go back to the designated locations.
Yeah. And watch me. So send this cafe amanoni aba Africa ha use LemFi. Say ye fear wo pese wo ntono use LemFi. Edan ya na say japade a wani da so a wo pese oto Africa ha no use LemFi. So wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha use LemFi. Sanso e na say wo tie obi school fees ama no a use LemFi. Nyenti a make cancel LemFi ama on say utimi send this sika e fa LemFi so a e ma ni begu bank account mu sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Eno achi nso no de bia LemFi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya. LemFi e secured na wo send this car enche na nipa a wo send ama no ne nsaka. LemFi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal, and France. What the LemFi send this car untu ahwe bomodin dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day they can register or LemFi so a unya bonus sanso and now use chance so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma
menu makwekwe sa sempa kania Semenam na meti asempa na mo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyem bia what ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Se wo ka say door to door for no de na e watwa. E sense obi ne wa wo say wo was door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de ko Ghana. Ana say Germany a wo de ko Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks e be kwa kodu nipa ne puno no say try. Na de mo demonstration ko say adwuma de we mu ne say wo ho bo no. E da fom say boko. ANS Trading Agency Limited. E wo air freight special service. And nneoma ne ye de be fa play. Entintempa na akwa kodu. Obetima fa sa plan we ya so de nneoma free Ghana akwa UK ana Germany. FAGG them, which is also a year, I mean drop a bomb. ANS Trading Agency Limited pay and a 40-footer, any 20-footer container. FA UK, Edico Ghana, and now Germany, Edico Ghana. Oma Manuoma Yemre, importo, exporto, them there for you. Omo Ghana Namani, 0249 170 423. UK has over Freya 0790 802 7527. Germany 09173 771 2733. Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited. Our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited. Quantum Brantam. Wana beboya baso. Maybe next time in your fill up from the bebro.